Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you the final checkout video of a Tele Mania Bugs Bunny animated talking telephone, which is also a cordless phone. And we have a goofy phone that's made by Tele Mania, and it's in the same situation, and it's also a cordless phone. Teresa from New York sent this telephone in, and when she sent this telephone in, we explained in the earlier video that she only packed one ear, and the other ear has come off, and she was going to put it on when she got it back. This telephone had no dial tone at the handset. There was no connection between the handset and the base unit when we received this model. And basically, we showed in the earlier video that on the ear kind of slides. If you take the back of Bugs' head off with these three screws, he kind of just slides in. You don't want to put him in from the outside. He slides in, and then the back of the head goes back on. And there's a little notch on the ears, and you should be able to, they should only go in one position. So anyway, that would be the way to take care of that. You want to take the back of the head off. You don't want to try to jam the ear back in. The other issue was what I said earlier about no dial tone. This is what you want to see with these handsets. Although these were pretty technical handset, the circuitry, because they have frequency packs in the base unit and then the handset, they're not tunable. They're all set frequency. And what really happens is when the circuitry, because they don't use a real high tolerance, the parts are not real high tolerance, there's a degrade in the circuit after a while, and the frequency packs start getting off frequency, and they don't want to see each other. And I'm going to show you these lights here. There's a power light, which is red, a green in-use light, and a kind of an orange or a yellow charge light. And when I set this handset down in this charger, you're going to hear a little beep. Hear that? I'm going to do it one more time. You always want to hear that beep when you set this handset down in the telephone charger, because that's an indication that the handset and the base said, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to go. We've exchanged our little handshake, and we know that we're both here, and we see each other, and that's a good thing. So you always want to hear this beep when you set it down. The thing is about this handset is it has a very technical frequency pack for the situation that it's in, but they didn't. This is not like top dollar equipment. I mean, you're not going to be walking around in your backyard unless you don't have any stray frequencies around your house. If you have stray frequencies, you're not going to get out that far. If you have no stray frequencies, then you might be able to do some walking around with this. But basically, this was a novelty telephone, and it was really meant for one or two rooms away, and that's about it. It does not have the RF power output to really go much farther than that. And we're not talking about top dollar equipment. It was more of a novelty, and they're very cool telephones, and you really want them to work, but they're just not the top dollar stuff that you would expect when you go out and pay, $80 to $100 for a decent telephone. This telephone was expensive because of the fact that it's Bugs Bunny and it's animated and it talks. So you kind of got all this thrown in one package, which is really cool. But they just don't have the RF output and the power to make these handsets that great. Another thing that happened here was on the buttons. There was something spilled on the keypad. So the keypad's been cleaned and the keyboard have been cleaned, But anytime you spill any kind of liquid on a keypad and board, you start eating away at the conductive material. And although the conductive material is still pretty decent on this keypad, you definitely want to make sure that every time you press a key that you hear the tone come from that key. And so you might have to press down nice and hard on the key just to make sure that you've accessed the number. What we're going to do here real quick is I'm going to move Bugs over a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and ring him.
Hey, Bob. Do you think you could get that? Excuse me.
I'm going to go ahead and answer the handset. Dial tone. And then we're going to dial the numbers, and I'm going to do this one-handed, so I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hit the flash, bring back dial tone. I'm going to hit a 2, and I'm going to talk into the handset. Every time you see that red indicator light on the analyzer, that's 100% modulation coming from the microphone on the transmit. So basically we know that this telephone is in working condition, and that it's hooking up with the bass. Now when I set this down, I'm going to want to hear that little beep. And we did hear it. And we can also see here that it's charging. And if we take it up and turn it on, we're going to see the green light indicator on the base unit that says, hey, I'm working. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to set it down, and I want to hear a beep. Now the battery in this handset is somewhat okay. It's not the greatest. It doesn't have quite a bit of amperage in it. But I wouldn't say that you need a brand new battery right at this point. It's a 3.6 volt battery, but the amperage is not as good as it could be. It's a little older battery, and it's and you know, these cordless phone batteries are really hard to find decent ones. And when you find a certain voltage battery, most of them are 3.6 volts. Some of them are a little bit different voltages nowadays, but you want the highest amperage rating that you can find. And even though you buy the best battery you can find, doesn't mean it's going to be any good, because a lot of this stuff is not made in America no more, and batteries are just really getting hard to find that last. And they're just finding cheaper and cheaper ways to make them, and they're leaving out material that they should be putting into them, and they're just not lasting like they used to. So it's really getting to be kind of a joke. And if anybody knows a decent battery manufacturer out there, you can go ahead and let us know, because I see customers come in with cordless phones all the time, or they come in the shop through the mail and from around the country and wherever, and the batteries in them are always just kind of there. They're not really very good, in very good condition. So anyway, let's do some animation on the telephone.
Excuse me. Ain't I a stinker?
I'll let it go one more time.
You want me to answer that? It's your phone. Yeah. What's up, Doc?
I'll go ahead and stop it.
Talking.
And so this is Bugs Bunny, and it's the final checkout. Bugs is pretty cool, and he's in working condition now, and should be okay. Kind of doing this one-handed here. Go back to a 2. Hang up. Dial tone. Press a 2. Turn it off. Set it down. We want to hear a beep. Now, in the earlier video, we showed us working on the frequency pack in the handset. And I also showed the frequency pack in the base unit. And I also made a loop for that frequency pack off the PC board for the frequency pack to make the intermediate frequency happy and everything kind of evened out and just got the most range out of this telephone that I could possibly get. So everything is about as good as it's going to get on Bugs here. So he's a novelty, he's a lot of fun, but I'm not sure this is an everyday telephone. And but it should be okay as long as you keep decent batteries in it and the handset does not get dropped too much. Thank you for watching and have a great day.